carry round a big load. I hit rock bottom like I'm Meadow with the Flintstones. Played a part in that, but I ain't mad.
What's up, guys and girls? Today we got another Antler Stories episode for y'all. Episode 2 of the Antler Stories. We're gonna be talking about this 10-pointer here. Killed this deer when I was 10 years old in year of 2011, December the 3rd, muzzleloader season. First time ever going muzzleloader hunting, and this is what I got. So let me tell you the story. So my grandparents had a cabin at Patoka Lake. If you're Indiana local, you probably know Patoka Lake, but anyways, it wasn't too far from the water, so we had a canoe, and it was me, my brother Jason, my dad, and my dad's friend Donnie. So 2 fully grown adults and 2 teenagers, I guess. I was 10, my brother was 12. 2 kids, right? We took this canoe to the other side of the lake. It's probably, I don't know, 600 yards maybe? Because it was to the other side, but in the very back of another cove on the other side. Anyways, you got 2 guys, 2 kids, all in one canoe, pitch black, freezing cold. There was about that much of the canoe sneaking out of the water. I was little. I was scared to death. I thought we were gonna die for sure. I remember I didn't help paddle at all, which we only had 2 paddles anyways, but I was just sitting there trying to be as still as possible because I was so scared of getting in the water. I was so scared of flipping the canoe over. But eventually we made it across, and my brother was supposed to be hunting with my dad that day, but this is gonna be his first time hunting alone. But he wasn't too far from us. He was probably like 150 yards from where me and my dad set up. Me and my dad sitting there, we seen some does. Saw some does at about probably like 150 yards. And I begged my dad, let me take a shot, because I thought I was Chris Kyle, I thought I was a sniper. Took a shot at one of these does, but there was a little bitty tree about 5 feet in front of my barrel that I've split in half, so doe didn't even react. It literally just looked to the sound of the shot and then didn't even care. Later on, we're sitting there, we hear something running, and we're sitting like on top of this hill, but we're sitting on the ground, so we can't see like straight down because it's real steep hill. We can only see like the top of the hill. We hear something running down the hill, but we can't see it. But then here comes a doe, comes running up the hill. My reaction, I was just wanting to shoot it, so I pulled up on it. It come running probably like 10 yards right in front of us, and then ran like straight out in front of us, was quartering away a little bit, and started like slowing down. Got on her, squeezed the trigger, nothing. The safety was on. Then she started running again, so blew that opportunity. I felt it. As soon as I pulled the trigger just stopped. The doe took off down the bridge, alright? Me and my dad are talking about what happened. And then I hear something running again. Same direction. Sound like same thing, So I was like, Dad, there's a deer coming. There's a deer coming. And then there was a squirrel. So my dad was just like, it's probably just a squirrel. But I knew it sounded like a deer. So I just kept looking this way. And then couldn't even believe my eyes. All I see is rack coming up over the hill. Literally, the hill is probably like 15 yards away. So as soon as I could see him, he was 15 yards, 10 yards, 10 to 15 yards. Come up the hill, stopped right on the top of the hill, about 10, 12 yards away, looked straight at us. Come up over this hill, my dad sees him. I was already looking at him. I was just froze, And then I pulled up my gun, made sure to hit the safety off. He's still looking straight at us. This happened real quick though. And then my dad was like, bust his ass. Literally what my dad said out loud. Because he was literally 10 yards away looking straight at us. He's about to run any second. After my dad just finished saying bust his ass, I pulled the trigger and all I saw was smoke. I think it was a good shot. I knew I was aiming where I wanted to aim, but since I was using a muzzleloader and he's like 12 yards away, I had a scope on it. and all I could see was like his neck and his body. So I put it right under his white on his neck, right there. That's where the bullet went in. Right there. And bam. Me and my dad jump up and go running to the side of the hill, because when I shot, he turned and went down the hill. Boom! He turned, went down the hill. Me and my dad jumped up, ran over there to the edge of the hill. Look, see where he was going, see if he was going down, see if he was hit, you know. And as soon as we got to the crest of the hill where we could see down, like 10 yards away, there he was. He was rolling down the hill, and he was folding up, and then he lay down. He was laying there at the bottom, and then he looked up at us, and then he laid his head back down, and then there was celebration, fist pump. Then went down, checked him out, and as we were checking him out, we heard a shot, and it was my brother. My brother just shot at a buck. But what happened is he had his phone sitting in his lap. He was trying to call Dad because he heard us shoot, and then another buck, he said, 10-pointer, come walking in front of him, and he looked up, and there it was, and stood up, and his phone was in his lap, and dropped to the ground. 10-pointer started running away, and he took a shot, and didn't hit it. Anyways, we had to take 2 trips in the canoe. First trip was just with me and Jason and all the gear we had. We went across the canoe first. Donnie stayed back with my buck. Me, Dad, and my brother took our gear back to the bank. Me and my brother took it back to the cabin, while my dad went back across the lake to go get Donnie and my buck. And then Donnie, my dad, and my buck, here they are pulling up to the boat ramp, where we picked him up in the car, loaded up the deer, and we was out. I hope you enjoyed this antler story. Thanks for watching, y'all. Stay tuned. Like the video if you like the video. Comment below if you have any more video ideas. And that's it, y'all. Subscribe to the channel. Brofessionals out.
Carry round a big load, I hit rock bottom like I'm metal with the Flintstones. Played a part in that, but I ain't mad at all. Why not take the shot if you are confident you hit those? I'll be the same even when I have it all. This is the beginning, I ain't nearly finished. Why you try to ball with me, you ain't in my division. When I tell them open up their eyes, they need to listen. Give up on the wishing, put a plan in place and make